Why dating sucks right now, my unpopular opinion. Y'all don't like the truth, and you can argue in the comments. If any of this resonates with you, make sure you like the video, comment down below your thoughts and opinions, and subscribe. So, one of the reasons I think that dating is in trouble right now is because a lot of people don't have money. They don't have no money. They ain't got no money. They do not have any money. Okay. It's hard to date when you're broke. It's a no for me if somebody would say, "Hey, I want to take you on a coffee date. Show me a good time." I go to Dunkin' some days, I go to Starbucks some days. I can go on a coffee date by myself. This not something that impresses me. And me, I'm a woman, but if I was a man, I wouldn't dare ask a woman that I'm interested in, "Hey, do you want to go on a coffee date?" No, I'm going to plan something nice, something I can afford, something affordable, of course. But I want to do something to show her, like, "Hey, I'm the guy for you. This is a nice date. This is something classy. This is something I know based on getting to know you that you will like." Asking a woman, "Hey, I'll meet you at Starbucks. I'll get you a coffee." They don't even want to pay for the coffee. You paying $6 for a cup of coffee? You see what I'm saying? So if you are broke, just don't date. Take some time to really focus on you and get to your money first, build your savings up, get your finances together, and then go back to dating. Because as a woman, I would feel insulted if someone said, "Hey, well, hey, I'll take you on a coffee date." Or sometimes they may say, "Well, come over to my house." I'm not going to anyone's house for a date unless this person and I have just been dating for years, and he's like, "Come on over here, baby. I got this kind of lit dinner for you," or whatever, whatever. But just getting to know somebody, no, I'm not coming over to your house for a date. And did y'all hear about the lady on TikTok where the man invited her over for dinner? And she gets there and he has all the ingredients. So she's like, "Oh, yeah, you're cooking for me." He's like, "No, you're going to make dinner." It's a no for me. So many people out here need therapy. There are so many people who are very nonchalant. And honestly, depending on the circumstances, being nonchalant may not be a bad thing. However, I don't want to be in a relationship with someone who's nonchalant. Me, I'm a very nurturing, caring, generous person. And I dated someone who was nonchalant. It was the worst thing ever. No words of affirmation. He never really hugged me. He never showed me love. It was just like he didn't care. So yeah, he had to go. Anyways, so people are out here toxic, emotionally unavailable, insecure, controlling, stalking social media likes and followers. Oh, he got another follower. Let me go see who this is. Oh, look who's in his likes. That's just too much. If I gotta do all of that, baby, just stay where you are. Going through people's phones, looking through phone numbers, looking at call logs. If somebody adds some random person like on Facebook or something, they are adding someone behind it. They got trust issues. As soon as they talk to somebody, like every time I meet somebody on a dating site, in that first conversation, they mention an ex and they start venting. And I'm like, at this point, I might need to go ahead and refer you on to a therapist. Use my discount code, honey. But hey, if you are looking for therapy, you can go to linktree/yrelevant because I do have some free and discounted resources, okay? And also, just depending, and this is just a tip, depending on the line of work that you do, if you have a very social job, it's not good to have a partner who's jealous and will call people because I will be honest, I have there was this guy on Facebook some years ago, and I'll never forget this. So the guy, he like paints houses or whatever. So I sent him a friend request so I could message him because sometimes you can't message people if you're not friends, whatever. So I could message him, and then by the time I realized he added me back, I look his girlfriend added me too. And she had put something like, "Oh, these beats added my man," and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, you know what, sir? I don't never mind. I was calling you about painting a house, but your girlfriend coming with the drama, I don't even want to do business with you. So, yeah, if you have a partner who's kind of like that, it's a wrap. No, move on about your business. And then me, I'm a contractor providing all kind of services, okay? Case management, consultations about mental health, this, that, and the other, just trying to help people get connected with research, this, that, and the other. I have had people text my phone number and say, "Who are you?" I'm just like, I know that somebody's girlfriend, boyfriend, whoever, trying to see who I am and what services, why my phone number is in their man or woman's phone. And I was like, people are doing way too much. You need to go see a therapist because you got some control issues or some underlying issues that need to be worked on. No moral code. Is cheating okay? Do you follow the Bible, the Quran? Are you a witch? Are you a warlock? Like, what is your moral code for dating, for living your life? Because it seems like people just out here winging it. Honestly, I I was raised Christian Baptist, and I would always hear, man finds a wife finds a good thing. So that's why I'm like, I like my men godly. You know what I'm saying? Do you have a relationship with the same God I have a relationship with? Are you praying? Are you somebody who's just out here reckless and you have no moral code, you just out here living, just vibes. What is it? Bad advice, unrealistic goals, and these men versus women podcasts. I'm so tired of it. So there are so many podcasts out there who are bashing women and some are bashing men. Either way it goes, you got to know how to think for yourself and what works for you. Now, when I say unrealistic goals, is some of these people are blessed financially, okay? Some men are blessed financially where they can take care of their household and take care of yours. But if you are someone that's 18 years old and you're dating someone who's 18, 19, you all are just starting out. You're young, okay? A lot of people don't may not even have credit established then. A lot of people don't even have like a good job, may just be starting out. So what a 45-year-old man can do for you, he may be, setting his career, making good money. A 19-year-old may not have that same advantage. So that's one thing too. It's unrealistic expectations. You can't be an 18-year-old in a relationship with a 19-year-old and thinking that, hey, he's going to pay my rent in my apartment and his too. I remember being 19. I was broke. I was working at Dairy Queen. And let me have been a man and I'm dating someone and she's like, well, I need you to pay all of my rent. And I was like, girl, I could barely pay mine. Should I still stay at home? What you mean? So, you have to realize who you're dating and understand the dynamics of what you got going on. Playing games, not true about your intentions. So this is the major one. People will say, well, what are you looking for? And I always say, you know what? I'm not really sure what I'm looking for. I'm just going with the flow, kind of seeing where things may go. That I'm vague when I'm on dating sites is because me, I want to be married. I want to have my one person to share the world with, to explore the world with, to live with, to just be my best friend, my lover, right? But as soon as I tell somebody that, they will play on that. And they will be like, oh yeah, I want to be married, this, that, and the other. Knowing they don't want to be married. Probably have no intentions of marrying ever, but they will use that to play on my feelings to manipulate me. So that's why I'm like, oh yeah, I really don't know. I'm kind of undecided, just seeing where things go. So be mindful about that because people will use what you say and do against you. Relationship dynamics. What is your role? My man does this. My woman does this. My man pays all the bills. I'm the caretaker. We have 4 kids. What is your role? Things like that, because I feel like that's an issue in relationships. People don't really know what role they're playing. So people need to communicate. Hey, well, I like when my man does XYZ, or I like when my woman does XYZ, because people are getting into relationships and women are like, well, he need to pay all of my bills. And he's like, well, you can move here. I can take care of the rent, the lights, water, whatever. And you just make sure the home is taken care of. That's the deal. But some men are like, no, you need to pay 50-50. So whatever your case is, y'all need to talk about that, because you might be a woman who like, well, I want a man who provides, who takes care of all of that. And he may be a man who's like, no, I want a woman to pay 50-50 because I'm not handling all these bills by myself. So you just have to communicate, because you might be a wrong match. You fumbled. Good people are hard to find. I have so many exes who will try to reach out to me. I block them because, once it's over, it's over. They always say, well, we can still be friends. No, I don't want to be friends with you anymore. Because you just broke my heart. What do you mean we can be friends? So no, with that being said, I blocked them. I still have some exes where I blocked them. They've changed their number so they can get through, or they'll call me from a different number. And I'm still not interested. Just leave me alone. So sometimes you fumble. Situationships. You have some people out there who don't want a relationship with you, but want to do relationship things with you. You would pretty much feel like you're in a relationship. You go out to eat together, you go on dates, you probably sleep together. It's just like you're in a relationship, but someone will be quick to say, we're not together though. That right there just leads to hurt. So if you are, in a situationship type of thing, I advise you don't do it. Either listen, are we in a relationship or not? Because I don't have time to be in a situationship. It's not going anywhere. Mm-mm. Get somebody else to do it. This one, in a relationship, but you're single. I'm a private person, but at the same time, if I'm in a relationship, I want the world to know that because some people um just don't have boundaries. They will talk to you and say this and that. And I'm like, no, I'm in a relationship. So anyway, but I've dated someone who would say, oh, I don't want people in my business. But yet this man, he was a police officer. He had all the places he worked. He had pictures of him and his kids. He had where he lived. But when it came to me, you don't want people in your business. So no, I feel like people should have a conversation about that to say, hey, if you're in a relationship, do you advertise that you're in a relationship or you just keep quiet that you're in a relationship? Because sometimes I feel like people will hide the fact that they're in a relationship to appear single to the rest of the world so they can still explore their options as a single person, which I just don't feel is right. Because me, if I'm in a relationship, I want other men to know, hey, I'm in a relationship. That's just me out. But, you talk to your partner about it. Some people, may have a different opinion about that, but that's just me. So y'all can talk about it. And I'm not saying you have to post pictures of your um partner on your social media, and expose them like, hey, this is my partner. But you could say in a relationship out of respect. But that's just me. Baggage. Number one, the person has kids. So I have dated someone with kids, and honestly, I will never date anyone else with children. The reason why is because it comes sometimes with baby mama drama or baby daddy drama. Sometimes they're still sleeping with their baby mama or baby daddy. For some reason, it's like they are together but not together. Another one is disrespectful kids. So here's an example. Your boyfriend has to go to work. It's his weekend with the kids, so you babysit. You're free. Okay, babe, I got the kids while you go work, right? Well, what if his kids are disrespectful? You ain't my mom. I'm not listening to you and on that type of time. So that's why now I'm just like, if you got kids, I'm not really interested because to me that just brings some unnecessary drama into my life because you might have baby mama issues. I don't want that woman around my children and I remember one time my boyfriend and I were at the time he's my ex now, but he don't know that I peeped this. We had just picked up his kids and the little girl, she had a GPS on us in the back. And I was like, what in the world? So I'm like, maybe her mama told her, like, tell me where y'all be going and stuff like that. And ultimately I was just like, you know what? I'm glad we didn't work because I ain't got time for that. And then another one, when men say, oh, we're separated, that man is still married, girl, or that woman is still married, man, go on about your business, or, whatever it may be, in case you're homosexual, that person is still married, technically. So just tread lightly. Number four, if they're divorced and they have income going to another person, such as spousal support, oh, I ain't really into that. And I don't really know how all of that works, but I need all of your income in the household with us. Okay. Number four, child support. Of course, I want a man to take care of his child. However, I do not want someone on child support, or I do not want to marry somebody and then their partner puts them on child support because some way or another, depending on where you are, different state laws and stuff like that, y'all may be tapping into my money. And I don't know about that. Users. Some people will use you just for your assets. They're not interested in you. They don't want you. I've been on a dating site talking to this guy, and then suddenly he's like, "Can I have $180 I need to put towards my transmission?" And I'm like, "What?" And I've talked to men on dating sites, and within 5 minutes, they're like, "Hey, every time I get on here, I got women begging for money. So if you're that type of woman," and I just bust out laughing because I'm like, these women are not playing with them because almost every time I talk to a guy, they ask something, they will ask me something like that. So I just think it's so funny. But also, they're on TikTok and stuff, they call them homosexual. They're men who don't have anywhere to stay, and they will try to manipulate you like, yeah, baby. They'll hit you with the love bombing and all of that and be like, well, I could just move in with you. So, tread lightly, people. But these are just some of the reasons why I think dating is sucking right now because it's just so much. And I personally have just given up on dating. I just left it alone. I just don't want to be bothered. I don't want anybody body just disturbing my peace anymore. I just don't. I saw, man, he was looking at me. I just turned my head like, don't, sir, please don't even come over here asking me anything. I don't want to be bothered. Don't want to be bothered. Let the dating sites alone. I'm not giving up forever. But what I will say is I just I don't know. I'm gonna pray about it. But anyway, y'all comment down below. Tell me what y'all got going on. And make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.